Here to review Volume 2 of Ninja Turtles, and I'm going to tell you what I thought of each issue individually. Spoiler warning. I'm giving you a spoiler warning because I'm going to go over each issue individually. The first issue is a standalone Michelangelo issue. I almost said episode. It's a lot of fun. It's like he's trying to get presents for the Turtles and April for Christmas, and he ends up stopping this robbery of this truck that ends up having toys in it that he realizes we're going to go to this orphanage and he wants to return them, but while doing that he accidentally gets in a chase with the cops because they mistake they don't actually mistake. They see the truck and realize, oh, that's the truck that's stolen. So he's dealing with that. He also adopts a cat at the end. Second issue kind of felt a bit out there, but it still had a bit of charm. It focused on this girl named Renette. She's like from the future, and she is like being trained under her master with the power to travel through time with the staff, and she goes through time and ends up running into the Turtles while her master's chasing her, and instead of, facing up to her consequences, they get teleported to another period in time, medieval time, where they do this weird crossover with this Carapace character. I haven't read anything, but I know he's a separate character because he did appear in Spawn as well, so I know he's not a thing originally created in the Turtles comic. Third issue is a Donatello issue. I like this one. It's very creative, but it feels Turtle-ish. This issue gives Don a lot of development, but what I really like, you meet this guy named Kirby, April's friend. He has this crystal that lets him, he attaches it to a pencil, and whatever he draws comes to life. But it vanishes in a few seconds. And there's this portal they go through that he's like, this is the only thing that hasn't vanished. So they go through the portal, and in the portal, it's this whole world of, like, guys fighting each other and, like, demons and stuff, and Kirby's drawing all this cool stuff. I feel like it takes a really creative idea with the comic book medium, because in itself it is a drawing, but, Kirby gets stuck there in the portal. Gets stuck. Don leaves. Don is like, I'll eventually find you, Kirby. Fourth issue, I just didn't like it all. It just felt like it wasn't Ninja Turtles at all. Instead of doing like the street level crime stuff, it went very mystical, which I wasn't a big fan of. Like this old samurai contacts Splinter psychically through his mind, and like if Splinter doesn't deliver this message to his grandson, he will die in 10 hours, and it's not that good. Fifth issue is a Leonardo issue. It does simultaneously two things. The Turtles are getting ready for Christmas, and Leo getting chased by ninjas. So you get this fun banter between the two. Leo's stuff on his page doesn't have any dialogue, while the Turtles are just talking about Christmas. You get some fun banter with that. The next issue is, well, at the end of that issue, it's revealed Shredder is alive. Shredder punches Leonardo through a wall, landing him right through April's apartment. And before he goes unconscious, he says Shredder has returned. And then the next issue is about the Foot and them basically surrounding April's apartment and trying to attack them. Leonardo is completely out for this whole issue. So it's just about the three brothers, April, Splinter, trying to escape. Casey basically eventually shows up to help them. They escape, but April's apartment burns to the ground, and they basically go out to a farm. The next issue I like a lot because it covers a wide period of time, several months. You get this whole cool thing where you get it from April writing in a notebook. You still get like the comic panels, but you get more internal dialogue from her than you would from like speech bubbles and stuff, and you get to learn that Leonardo blames himself for what happens, and he feels bad that he couldn't because he failed, and he feels like it's his fault for that. And we get some other stuff, like the Turtles being completely different. Like, for one, Raphael is very protective over Leonardo in this whole entire issue. Michelangelo isn't his jokey self. It's very much, with the events that happened, their characters have changed. At least temporarily. I don't know, because I haven't gotten the next collection, but I really enjoyed this. Some of the one issue I really didn't like was the fourth one. That one I am not a big fan of, if I haven't made that clear. I felt like it was just kind of out of left field. I'm not a big fan of when Ninja Turtles goes mystical, to say the least. I just feel like it kind of messes with the whole street level hero thing, you know? It just feels out of there. But this is the fourth time I've filmed this, and I think this is the best one. I hope you enjoyed this review.